Hello, next to your video. Today we're going to take a look at Heretic's run here with Milotic in the Ultra League Premier Classic Cup. They are running Blizzard on the first two matches they said, and then they switched over to Hyper Beam, which is in my opinion also a little bit of the safer play. Why would you run Hyper Beam? It's basically neutral against nearly everything, and the main reason for it really is NiRiain and also the Lapras matchup. Both of them you kind of really need the Hyper Beam, so Hyper Beam definitely better than Blizzard. We see here also a Sylveon with Quick Attack. It's a very interesting version of this Pokemon. I'm not 100% sure if it's better, to be honest. Like, it's definitely something that you can run, but Charm might be in my opinion, Charm is still a little bit better than it, but you can definitely run it. It's not like horrible or anything like this. It's definitely a fun version of it, and if you can farm down like this one here, you're going to be able to go for some nice Moonblasts, but you're going to do some pretty decent damage against this NiRiain here. As you face a pretty tough first match, I think, is you have to let those moves go through, and you're going to be able to go for the Hydro Cannon now. It's going to be very tough. It's really good for you that I think you're not a Shadow here, but also the Shadow bonus might put him into range more for your KO, but they're actually going to let this move go through. Go back into the Chandelure here, which is an interesting pick. Chandelure going to be very interesting when it gets the community day. Can't wait to showcase this as well on my channel, but this Chandelure going to go down here by this Swampert. Very good game. Into the next one, and they cut it together, so I can't really do anything about it. The next lead here going to be pretty decent, as we're gonna get a Say Swap here of the Mug, which is going to be very nice for you as well. Sorry for the notifications there. I don't think I can redo anything about this because there are so many on there. But it's fine. We see the Mug coming in with definitely a problem with the Swampert here. Hydro Cannon going to knock this thing out before it can even really throw something. As we see the Poliwrath coming back in, you go for the safe play here, going for the Hydro Cannon on, I think, the CMP type. They are very nice counting. They are very good gameplay there, definitely. And you can go back into your Sylveon now, as you see the Typhlosion is going to be a hard wall for you, as you could just like farm it down and go for some Surge. That's pretty decent matchup for you. Still a little bit scary sometimes if they can throw their Solar Beam and you cannot shield it, but this time around you shield the Blast Burn. It's definitely okay. Very good move timing there as well. Like, though, it's definitely a player that knows what they're doing. Also, if you want to put your battles here for showcase as well, there's a link in the description, of course, and they threw the Solar Beam, which gets shielded. And you can just farm it down, to be honest. I don't think this is a Solar Beam, it's just a Blast Burn. And you're going actually straight into your Fairy type here, which will be able to deal with this one as well. And it's going to be a good game now, as you can Quick Attack it down. Next game, we're going to see a Sylveon lead here. Is it also a Quick Attack version? It is a Charm version. So now we see basically the direct matchup in between those two. That's basically how a normal neutral matchup would go. They're going to shield it up, but actually, like, you're going to get to another move as well. You can shield this one. It's going to be the Psyshock, of course. And they definitely will be able to win the 2-shield scenario, but you might get a shield advantage here, which is going to be pretty decent. But you're actually not even going to be able to do this. You're just going to go down, and they still have a charge move to throw at you. So definitely not the ideal scenario here. Again, that's why Charm might be a little bit better still in some scenarios. But it's, I guess, Quick Attack is a little bit more neutral, kind of comparable to Vulpix and Little Cup with Quick Attack compared to like Ember, which is usually what you had before. So yeah, we see that the Surf does a lot of damage actually against this Ascaf, which is really nice. You can go for another one. You can farm it down now with your Swampert, as you see a Crobat coming in. Keeping that Milotic in the back alive is really good for you at this point, because they're going to go ahead and go for Poison Fang. You will be able to use the Milotic still to clear the debuff, and also basically as another shield, which is going to be very, very important later. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But you might actually already be fine here. But maybe you actually have to catch a move, I'm not sure. You can shield this Poison Fang. I'm pretty sure Ascaf is nearly at a move, so I don't know if you can still win this game. It's going to be close. You're going to try to catch, and they forfeit, which is really interesting. I'm pretty sure they are very close to another move there, so very interesting. We see a good lead for you. They swap out immediately. We see a Warring coming in here, as you can go ahead and go into your Milotic now. Milotic can take everything basically. Milotic is pretty bulky, but you're actually going to shield the Earthquake because you knew it was an Earthquake, and now we see also the Hyper Beam here. You should go for one Hyper Beam as well, I'm pretty sure, so hopefully we see one in action. We see one in action. That's going to be very, very nice. Is this Hyper Beam going to come through and completely destroy the Warring? At least we saw a beam in this video. That's all that I really wanted anyway. As we see the Gallade coming back in, you can go ahead go for one Surf, and you will be able to even get your shield back, which is nice. And you can go back into your Charm user and go for one Psyshock. I'm not sure if they're going to shield the Psyshock now. Maybe they know your counts, maybe they don't know your counts, but it's very good that you don't get hit by a Leaf Blade on your Pokemon in the back, which is going to be the Swampert. But I guess they don't know your counts and they shield the move up. They go for a Leaf Blade. You're going to store the shield for the Swampert in the back, which I think is the right call here. And you can go ahead and swap out. That's fine. You can shield it up, you can farm it down. You get some energy lead here, and they just decide to surrender because I guess they had something very weak in the back, which is going to be very nice for you. Next opponent, we see an Obstagoon in the lead. Pretty decent lead for you. You can stay in. We see a Trevenant coming in, which is horrible for you. So you kind of are forced to stay in here. Well, this is of course your ideal scenario for your for the opponent's Obstagoon. Of course, you kind of have to stay in here, so it's a little bit tricky. You can go for one more, you let this move go through, you can still survive one Shadow Ball, but it's really tough now. You have to hope that they let this move go through, and they do, which is good for you. Let's see what they're going to do now. They could actually go into the Obstacle and you go straight into your Milotic, which is definitely the right play because you wouldn't really do any damage with the Quick Attack damage anyway there, so you can go ahead and go for some Surfs, as you can still take this move. Keeping the shields for the little bit squishier Swampert is definitely a right idea. You could have maybe went for one more Dragon Tail here, but it's fine. But in general, your move counting is really decent. How you throw is really decent. How you play is really decent. You're definitely a better player, definitely. Like, you don't really need that much help, I think, for your gameplay. As far as I can see from those videos so far. Like, definitely a better player here that knows what they are doing, which is really cool to see. We see a Swampert going for Hydrocan now, and you still have a Pokemon in the back that will be able to serve as a swap there on the charge move, but you can just go ahead and go for one Hydrocan here. They can survive it. Kinda tough call there. If you went for Earthquake, of course you would have one-shotted, but it's a little bit more risky. You try to swap onto the charge move, but it didn't work out. You're going to shield up. It's going to be a Poison Fang, but you still should be able to outspeed it like this. Not really. I'm not sure if they were already at the move, but no, they're definitely at the move, and you're going to lose this match. I'm pretty sure they still needed some, but I'm not sure. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. Still happens. You cannot always win them all. Very good lead for you, and we see a Jellicent coming in. Still crazy that people power up their 100% Jellicents for those games. I'm not sure. Like, this is the thing in general. I don't like powering up Pokemon for Ultra League at the current time because it feels like XL is needed for Open Ultra League. The non-XL version is needed for those kind of cups, and then the non-XL versions of like Pokemon that don't need XL, like for example this is a non-XL version of Jellicent, while the one that you really want in the Open Ultra League needs a lot of XLs. The non-XL versions like the Milotic here, that never needs XLs, feel kind of useless because they have such a big disadvantage compared to the other ones that are really just don't like to power up things for the Ultra League. I'm not sure. Like, I feel we're currently in a very weird spot here that feels a little bit off. But yeah, we see here them going for one charge move, and they're just going to surrender anyway. Throwing the Psyshock there was maybe unnecessary, but put him into range of one Hydrocan, so I think that's fine. Here's actually a matchup where a Quick Attack definitely helps you. I don't think it's going to flip your matchup here, but I'm not sure. Like, you kind of needed something for the Venusaur anyway, so having Quick Attack here is pretty nice. A little bit of lag there. You definitely should have got a move through. I'm not sure. You're going to shield up the wrong move, but it's okay. And they get to the move so fast. I think they got somewhere some extra fast moves, but I'm not sure. Like, that looked a little bit off. I thought like Quick Attack generates 8 energy. Psyshock needs, I think it's a 45 energy move. So you're definitely, you have the same speed as the opponent, so you definitely lost some fast moves there somewhere. It's kind of annoying, to be honest, as you can go ahead and go for an Hyper Beam here, but yeah, like, you definitely got some disadvantage there by lag, I think, as we see the opponent going for an Icicle Spear. Should you shield it up? Interesting shield. Not directly a wrong shield, but I think I wouldn't have shielded, but it's fine. You have to go for one more Hydro Cannon to put them into range for Psyshock, so you're going to do this. Good recognition there. Now you can maybe even go for one more fast move and throw the move, but you can just swap as well, fine for you. And now you have to hope that they have something weak in the bag, as they have a Swampert and you will go down here, and this will not be a successful game, as they can go ahead and go for an Earthquake, and you should go down here. But still, very well played there, recognizing that one Psyshock wouldn't be enough, and then swapping out. We see the next game here, we have a Dragon Knight against you again, and another Jellicent. I still don't understand, but I guess some people have a lot of Stardust. Like, I know people who have like hundreds of millions of Stardust, so for those people it doesn't really matter. I just build completely nonsense stuff for Great League, and that's why I don't have stuff. But actually we see the lag here. By the way, if you encounter some lag right now, there is a new version coming out right now for Android, where I've heard some positive things about it that is supposed to fix a lot of the lag issues that you have right now. So it's the 0.2 update for the current version. So if you encounter lag like this, which we see here as well, maybe try to download the new version if you can already. You can also download them from like APK Mirror. I'm not sure how it is for the iOS people out there. Definitely like the Android version is out right now, and I would recommend you to download the current newest version that is not forced yet, because it seems like fixing issues for those who were affected. Again, I wasn't affected by this, so I didn't really make a video or more statements on it, so my gameplay was pretty smooth, so I couldn't really show, oh yeah, I got screwed by lag here, while I had a ton of people commenting below that how I could not say anything about it. It just didn't have it, like I didn't have the issue, so I couldn't really say anything about it. But for those people who have the issues like we saw in those battles as well, try to download the new version. Seems to fix a lot of the issues that we had before, so might be something for you. Again, here they stood still for way too long. They would have got to the Moonblast in time. Not sure what's happening there, to be honest. You're going to have to farm farm extra here, and you still might go down now because of the lag there. So you definitely would have won the game without the lag as well, but with the lag you're still going to be able to succeed here. But very awkward, of course, that you encountered so much lag here. Next opponent, we see Sylveon against Lapras. Lapras going to have, again, we see some lag there. Actually, interesting to see the lag though. At least you can see it now as well. And I can talk a little bit about it because we didn't really see it before. Definitely something that's an issue there, but again, definitely try to download the current newest app version. I've heard at least that fixed a lot of the lag issues there, and also gives you some more smooth gameplay, so try it out maybe, and you should be better off with that. As we see the Hyper Beam coming through, landing again, very nice there. As the Lapras going to go for one Skull Bash, good shield again. Like, definitely you're a very decent player there, and definitely should be able to hit Legend pretty easily, I would say. I don't think you're like someone who's usually rare to get hit Legend, at least from what I see so far. Your team looks pretty decent, your gameplay looks really good, so very good player there. As we see the farm down, recognizing that they would lose CMP, still shielding it up, still having the Milotic as a shield in the back. And we see Gengar coming in. Gengar is actually a Pokemon that I really enjoy. Like, I really like this Pokemon, but it's kind of awkward to play. The thing with Gengar is basically it's just a Trevenant and worse, so that's kind of the main issue with it. Very nice catch here. Very, very good catch there. Amazingly catching that Shadow Ball. You see the Lapras coming in, you can overform a little bit, and literally perfect gameplay here, like so well executed. That catch was amazing, very beautiful, and even with the lag you're still going to be able to win here, which is very nice. Horrible lead for you. Shadow Mug is in my opinion actually the best Pokemon that you can run right now, Shadow Mug. I just don't want to build it for the exact same reasons that I said prior. It feels kinda off building a Shadow Mug right now if it's basically not usable in the open league, and this league is around for only 1 week. I kinda don't like this about the Ultra League. It's different for the Great League. Great League always has some cups. Great League always kinda needs those Pokemon if you build one specifically for a cup. So like for Great League, building some spicier stuff that doesn't really work in the open meta is not as big of a problem, especially because it's cheaper than compared to the open Ultra League, where Mug needs to be basically fully put to level 40, I think, and also needs to be Shadow kinda, so yeah, kinda awkward. We see the Gula support going down there, we see the Mud coming back in, you go for the Side Shock, again same play as before, trying to get this thing low enough that one Hydro Cannon will knock them out. As you're going to see now that they go for one Thunder Punch, you keep your Pokemon alive, and you see a Swampert in the back. I'm not really sure why you shield the Thunder Punch, to be honest. I would have just put it all onto Swampert. You could have expected that they maybe have a Swampert answer in the back, and then I guess the play was correct, but I definitely wouldn't have shielded the Thunder Punch, especially as he would still survive it. But I think at the end of the day, it shouldn't really matter. You should be able to farm them down now. And you should be also able to win the game if you can do this and you don't lag again. But yeah, this is going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Very good gameplay here. Very decent player. Thanks for sending in those battles. If you want to send in your battles, link is in the description. I hope you have a great rest of your day and bye.